I've always wanted to do one of these things. So we should probably say what we're doing. So as Andrew was explaining to Jeremy shortly ago, most podcasts at around this time of year will just go through over-unders, right? And they'll go through every team's over-under. And they'll be like, oh, dude, are the Knicks going to win more than 41 and a half games? Or are they going to, win fewer than that? We thought we would do something a little different since we have all of us here and some of us even with notes. I'm not going to say who. And we're going to draft not every NBA team. We're going to draft 28 NBA teams. And you'll probably be able to figure out why it's only 28 in a second. Because we're each going to draft 7 teams. And the goal will be to, between all the teams that we've drafted, see who can draft the most NBA wins this season. Now, one clarifying question I just thought of, and I'm pretty sure I know the answer, but because this would make it really kooky, but I don't think we want to go this way. We are not counting playoff wins, right?
No,
this is just regular season wins. Okay.
Yes.
What about in the event of a tiebreaker? If 2 people tie for the exact same amount of wins on the off chance that one person, 7 teams, wins the exact same amount of games the other person, 7 teams, I think we should go tiebreaker would be playoff wins, right?
Tiebreaker playoffs. That works for me if it works for everybody else.
Okay. Chris, is that okay with you?
I said, all right. Yeah.
I was gonna say, actually, we'll leave it up to Chris. That's the new rule. Chris makes the rules.
Well, he signed us out the other side, so I mean that's
very true.
We were lingering. You
guys ready to do the draft order?
Oh, yes. This is the best part.
Okay. So, Chris, if this is that's right. You've done a couple of drafts with us, so you know how this works. I have a deck of cards in my hands. It'd be funny if we said fuck the wins draft, just started playing poker all of a sudden for Patreon. Okay, shuffle done. Chris, your card is a 4. Okay, I think a 4 has popped up like 6 different times.
Yeah.
Throughout this already. Popular card.
Chris, 4 is a low card. It means it's not good.
This is in golf. Yeah. All right, Jeremy, your card. I'm going to cut it one more time. Is
that you, Jeremy?
I didn't say anything.
Jeremy, your card is an 8. All right.
Okay.
So right now, Jeremy would have the 1 pick.
Chris, Jeremy's feeling okay.
Chris,
I wonder if I'll get a 12. There's no 12, Chris.
Take your lumps, kid.
I was gonna say.
Go get your fucking shine box.
Well done.
How you doing?
There you go. Okay, John, your card is a 7.
Come on.
Okay, so Jeremy 8, John 7, Chris 4. All right, I'm looking for a face card here.
I was about to say, what are you? I think you could argue that
I either want a face card or I want a 3. Like I love the back-to-back picks in any draft. That's me.
Okay. Yeah. Interesting. All right.
Oops. Last but not least, my card is a 6. So we're at 4, 6, 7, 8. That's interesting. So, all right. So Jeremy has the 1 pick.
Yeah, this may reveal. I was just before Jeremy picks. I guess this will reveal my thinking a little bit. But if I was you, I kind of would have wanted that exact card in your spot.
The 3 pick?
Yeah.
All right. Well,
first pick, I feel like is there's a lot of weight to it, you know?
Yeah. First pick's a little dicey.
That's very true.
Heavy is other people head that wears the crown.
I guess it's also, this is the beauty of the format, is that it's open to interpretation who is going to win the most games. But I guess having the open field of whoever you want is more my thinking, but maybe you guys will make it easier for me at the 3 pick. John, you want to kick? Well, I guess Jeremy, you want to kick us off with the first pick in the 2021 Patreon wins draft?
Yes, I do. So first off,
yeah, I'll put that chime in post. There you go.
We did that when we were
for me to realize what the hell it was. Yeah, okay.
The 4 of us have season tickets, and we were dividing them that way. And we did a whole draft for who we wanted for which teams. And we played the music for every single pick. It was hilarious. So with the first pick in the 2021-2022 NBA wins draft, I will be selecting the Milwaukee Bucks.
Okay.
And the Bucks over under as of right now. I should have been more prepared for this.
54.5.
Thank you, Chris.
Wow.
Clutch today.
Nice.
Coming up huge.
That's a lot of wins.
So, I think it's a smart pick.
Would have been my pick.
I mean, have
That
you
would've
seen
been my
Giannis
number
in
one.
preseason so far?
Mm-hmm.
That's, I don't know.
Pull up
Someone should have
threes,
picked him to be MVP this year. But, you know,
I feel like we're sleeping
instead
on
Luka
Giannis a little
Doncic
bit.
is ahead.
We
Never
shouldn't do
sleep
that.
on. Never sleep on
Don't sleep on
Giannis.
Giannis. What are you doing? Why would you sleep on
He-
I'm
Giannis?
kidding. I was
chipped
being
up.
sarcastic.
No. We're all joke. We're okay.
All right. Whatever.
He chipped up and came back with more counters, which I think is terrifying.
Yeah, no, in fairness to what Jeremy was saying, he should be the preseason pick for MVP. I just want to say as a caveat before any of my picks that this episode is a separate episode from our predictions episode. So if I do things on this episode which may appear to be in contrast with what I said on that, I'm allowed to hedge my bets, folks. I'm allowed to hedge my bets. This is a unique exercise. Just throwing that out there. With that said, I am also going to go partially chalk and partially. I don't want to throw up any more than I have already in the last dozen hours, and I'm not taking the Nets. I will be taking the Lakers.
Okay.
It's whatever. It's easy.
No, it's easy, and I'm more thinking about now. I have to take a certain team because you guys have taken the other two off the board. Lakers over under is 52.5.
Is that the third highest? I'm assuming.
Yeah, third highest behind the team. I'm going to take the Brooklyn Nets. And okay, can I ask a question? It's related to the Nets, I promise. How was Bradley Beal able to play last night in the Garden?
Because he's a
Visitor
visiting
exception.
player. Yeah.
So the Nets could technically trade Kyrie to another team.
And he
then
can play in
because-
Brooklyn, yeah.
He could play in Brooklyn. Yes.
Oh, that's a game changer. That whole thing about if like you keep like other cities creating mandates so that way he couldn't play road games is okay.
Yeah,
All right.
I'm not sure. Like, how would that work if a city created a mandate to try to prevent someone from playing in a road game in their arena? Like, could that pass muster?
They legally can. I think
Right?
interstate.
Not if it's clear that that's the reason why,
Well,
right?
I mean,
No, I really don't think that you can, like, if the same reason why during COVID, the especially earlier parts of it, we couldn't kind of limit travel as much, right?
Uh-huh.
Like it was more recommended, don't go to these places if memory serves, but it wasn't like, hey, you cannot enter our state, you cannot leave our state, that sort of
Yeah.
thing.
So-
So
Chris, you had to show proof of vaccination to get in last night, right?
Indeed. With an ID, preferably with a name that matches the one on the vaccine card. That's what they like to check for.
But Bradley Beal didn't?
Now, so Bradley Beal, when you're on a visiting team, there is an out-of-state exemption that covers you if where you are from doesn't have the mandate.
All right. Look, the weirdest thing about this pick is Kyrie's such a wild card that he could, like, in 2 weeks just be like, I proved my point and gets vaccinated. And then the Nets are a 65-win team, Or in 2 weeks, he
I'm
can
not
be
sure it
like, I'm
matters.
kind of done with basketball and retires.
I think they win a kajillion even if he does that. So
Right.
I don't know.
I do think they're going to
KD
take
and
time
Harden.
off, which is why I think them being the third pick is appropriate. But
Yep.
there's also a world where they just decide for 2 months, you know what? Let's win 35 games in a row and then take the month of April off,
KD said he hasn't spoken to Kyrie since Kyrie made that decision. So, maybe he has that little chip.
would you want to fucking talk to Kyrie Irving? Fuck
That's the thing. Chris, you're up.
fuck, Jesus. Yeah, you're right.
So I'm going to start by stealing who was number 2 on my overall interconference board. The Bucks were 1, the Lakers 3, the Nets 4 because of risk stuff. My number 2 pick, and this will be my first selection, the Utah Jazz.
You and Jeremy. Okay. Jeremy is very high.
I buy the Jazz as a
Yeah.
regular season juggernaut.
As a regular season juggernaut. Thank you.
Yeah.
There it is.
Utah Jazz 52.5 is their over under.
I mean,
And
maybe.
this is the 5th pick in the draft, right?
Yes.
Now, my second one.
This is
All
now
right,
the
so
fifth pick.
I get to take my number 5 team on my big board. I think a lot of people are doubting this guy this year, but I'm going to go ahead and steal them here. Golden State Warriors.
Wow. Didn't see that one coming.
I also did not see that coming.
I'm going to steal them here at 5 because when they finish with like 53, something around there, and the over-under is what? Over-under for Golden State's 48.5. They're going to blow that out of the water.
I have 47, but 53 would blow them out the water.
So
maybe I have to find updated win totals.
This just feels like taking way too many free samples. Like, it's there for the taking. You can have them. It's a lot. Go for it. But I'm glad you're high on them. But damn, that's 5. All right, and I appreciate the boldness.
Chris, while I respect your boldness, here's why you're stupid. The goal of this draft is safety first, and there is certainly a world where the Jazz could finish with the best record in the West, and the Warriors could be like second or third. I think there's also a world where the Jazz finish. And I guess this is kind of true of any team, but I guess there were safer picks on the board. It wouldn't shock me if the Warriors ended up, 8th or 9th in the West. So that's
my picks are locks. Warriors top 4, Jazz top 1.
God bless.
Wow.
Vegas calls me.
Vegas calls me. Okay. My next pick, Chris threw me completely off my game because I thought I was going to have to go a different direction with my next pick. And I kind of still want to go with the direction I was going to go.
Maybe that's why he did it, to throw all of us off our games.
I think if it was his plan, it was successful. John's right about safety first, but there's another team that I think is going to win a lot of games this year. Okay. This is probably going to backfire, but I think it's also would be John's next pick if I don't take this team. So I'm going to take Dallas as the pick.
When you said that, I knew that's who you were going to take.
Yeah, okay. I'll take Dallas here. 47.5 is their over under. 48.5 is their over under. So I'm not that far away. There's clearly a team that is projected, just 2 teams projected to win more. I think there's a 55 win team in Dallas.